All right, we're live. Reese is here. Just gonna see if anyone else is here. All right. Gonna go ahead and post that stream now. I think what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm gonna like unlist the streams, but I'm gonna put them in a playlist so you guys can still watch the replays. Because I don't really want those on like the main page of my channel. It just looks kind of weird to see 3 live streams a month. So, all right. Can you do a reaction to my videos on my channel? Maybe I wouldn't be able to play them like on my computer or whatever, but oh, we got 4 watching. That's pretty dope. What's up, Eagle Productions? Reneus, what's going on? So, what'd you guys think of the episode today? I worked on it for about 2 months were actually spent working on it, with a 3-month break in between. Got 6 people watching. That's pretty dope because my subscriber count has gone up like 60 since the last time I streamed, which is pretty dope. What's up, Little Western Duo? It was amazing unless you end up killing Reneus. Then I will take back every positive thing I've said. Okay. I can't say anything about that, but Equal Productions, I haven't seen it yet. I will watch it later. Yeah, watch it after the stream. This isn't going to be too long of a stream, but also really enjoyed the new episode. You did a fantastic job on it. Thank you, Little Western Duo. Diesel 10 has been here since episode 6. Diesel 10 first appeared in 6. I don't know. I doubt anyone remembers that because I released the episode over a month ago. But what's up, Express Studios? Yeah, we got the whole crew. Yeah, everybody here. All right. I don't have anything planned because honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I do not have the episode 8 script completed, not even like halfway done. I could honestly knock it out in 2 days, but this is like my second or third draft of the script, but I don't have like the final script completed, so I really don't have much to film right now. I just have stuff to edit. I just have to edit the behind the scenes and the bloopers and then a couple of other small videos for the time being, but if I actually like narrow down focus, I could probably get episode 8 done in about 2 months. And that's being like optimistic. I really want to wrap the season by the end of the year, but that's being awfully optimistic. And based on the way episode 10 is going to go, I really don't want to release it on Christmas because that just kills the vibe. But oh no, what happened? Oh, for whatever reason, it wasn't working on my phone. Where'd you get that stormy backdrop? I honestly don't know. I mean, I think my mom found it, but I have no idea where I actually got it. But I think I really like it. It changes the whole aesthetic. It looks really good. So, yeah, in case you couldn't tell, the tracking shots were the last shots I took of Skarloey and Reneus and Henry. The engine I actually used was Murdoch. I ended up using Murdoch twice. Once with this tracking shot, but I ended up cutting him. I cropped it so he didn't appear in the shot when I was filming with Henry, and then I filmed with him again when he was passing by Boomer. So, spoiler alert. I was really subtle with those 2 cameos, except in the actual chat. I was just like, look who it is. Look who it is. It's that guy. It's that guy. I hide a lot of little details in my videos. What's up, Trainboy33 and A Junction Malfunction, Fergus Fan 1. Got a bunch of people here. All right, anyone have any questions about the episode released today or future episodes or just stuff in general? Because I would like to see if you have any. I doubt anyone in like the UK is watching right now because it's probably like 3 a.m. right now. But we got the American peeps. It's like 6:30 on the West Coast, so. Oh, Fergus fans in the UK. It's 2:30 a.m. Nice. I've been trying to not go to sleep at 2:30 in the morning anymore because I have school now starting in a couple days. So, all right. I doubt I'm going to build any sets because, like I said earlier, I don't have anything to film. So there's not much for me to build. So I'll show off whatever you guys want to see as my collection. But yeah, it's my basement. All the noises. You get used to it. I never know what to say with these streams. This was kind of last minute because I decided like literally 10 minutes ago that I was going to stream. I was just like, you know what? Fam's turned in for the night. I'm alone. I've got nothing better to do. I'll stream because I wasn't going to stream today because I was thinking I was going to be chilling out outside by my pool and have a bonfire for the night, but that didn't end up happening. So I'm free to stream. It's a little late, but I'm streaming. Okay. Do you play the big Roblox? No, I do not, and I don't plan to. Thoughts on Trackmaster Tomy Arthur? Definitely one of the better Tomy models. He looks really good. He's really well detailed. And he's also one of like the few Hit Toys engines to get like white running boards. The original version of Rosie had that, Molly had that, and then Arthur had it. And I think Murdoch was a Tomy release, but no one else got, and maybe like the Foot Face Thomas and James, and maybe a couple other releases. They were like the only ones with like the accurate white running boards. So he's definitely one of the better models. Let me see if I missed anything. All right. I guess I can just talk about future videos. So I haven't decided which video I want to upload on Wednesday. I have the behind the scenes that I just need to throw together. It shouldn't be too hard. It should take maybe half an hour, and then to edit. And then I have A Time of Joy short film, which I completed about a month ago, and it's ready. It's ready to go. I just need to decide which one I want to do. I might do the behind the scenes and bloopers next Wednesday and Saturday, and then I'll do A Time of Joy next Wednesday, and then that'll be that. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet, but I think after September, I'm going to go back to one video a week because I'm just not going to have enough time to throw together enough videos to cover 2 videos a week. So probably until like next summer, it'll be one video a week. The 2 videos a week thing, I'm probably just going to have be like a summer thing. Although I might go on hiatus after the season finale so I can gather more resources. That's what I plan on doing, is going on a filming hiatus. But during that time, I want to write down all the episodes and get everything together. So, all right, we got 5 people watching. Any other questions? Because I have nothing to talk about. What's up, Six Small Wheel Studios? Let's see here. I do want to show you guys this. So, in case you didn't already know, this is Sir Bertram Topham's hat. It's the first Fat Controller. You can't really see his face. This was him, episodes 1 through 6, and episode 7 takes place about 24 years after that episode, and this is him now. This is what he looks like right now. He's aged a lot. He is in his 70s, and he, as he said in this, probably should have put up a spoiler warning for episode 7 for people who haven't seen it. He plans on retiring soon. So episode 8 is going to cover a lot about that. Episode 8 is going to talk about him and and the short film too is going to briefly talk about his relationship with his son Charles, who appeared as a child in episode 6, whose minifigure I cannot find. I haven't been able to see it, and it's probably buried under something. I haven't seen it in like a month though, but I'll find it. He's probably buried here somewhere. God, I'm covered in bug bites. And then this is Mr. Hugh. This was the Scarlet Railways controller. He is James's old manager, in case you didn't already know. And this is him as an older man. He's wearing the same outfit, so you guys can recognize him. But he's just grayed. He looks good. I knew as soon as I wanted to have a huge time gap, I knew that I needed to find faces for a lot of like the main minifigure characters, and really that just means Sir Topham Hatt and Mr. Hugh, because they're like the only adult main character minifigures besides Boomer, who's just gonna have gray hair. And yeah. So that's that. Oh yeah, this is Sir Handel without the nameplate. I plan on buying the custom Trackmasters one. It's only like $5. It comes with like a bunch of others, and then I'm probably just gonna rip all these stickers off and replace them and fix up the lining because he's pretty. Oops, yeah, that's why he's pretty bumped up. I might repaint the eyebrows because I did that with a Sharpie. That caused controversy. I really don't want to talk about Sharpie controversy today. What's up, Gary the Turtle and TR2000? We got 7 people watching. Like I said, this isn't gonna be too long of a stream, but I just wanted to answer any questions people had about the new episode and any other episodes in the future. So I guess I can talk about episode 8. If you did not watch the post-credit scene, you will be spoiled. Or if you haven't watched episode 7 in general, you will be spoiled. However, the main character of episode 8 is this guy. Surprisingly. Diesel is the focus of the new episode. I'm going to be retelling the Duck and Diesel trilogy in a whole new light. And you'll see how Diesel plays into everything. This is so cursed to look at, is Sir Handel and Diesel on the same track. That's so cursed, but episode 8 is about Diesel. And it's kind of going to be like the Duck and Diesel trilogy from his point of view. sort of. It's not going to be like biased in his point of view, but it's more about how he experiences the events unfold from his point of view. So it's not like he's narrating the story. So that's that. Diesel is the main character of episode 8, and in case you didn't already guess, A Time of Joy is about Duck. So Duck will have already been introduced. A Time of Joy is canon to Sodor Then and Now, and I've decided what I'm going to do is, because the show makes major jumps in time between episodes, I'm going to have like little short films to cover the gaps. They might be railway series adaptations, railway series and TV series adaptations of like smaller stories combined together that take place in between the episodes. So like I might retell I don't know, Henry in the Tunnel, like the Come Out Henry, or I forget what the episode's called. That's so bad. But I forget what the episode's called. I might do that because it takes place in between like 3 and 4 in my canon. I might retell a bunch of the Percy stories and the Toby stories. The only thing I don't plan on doing is covering the Great Depression and World War II until season 2. And the movie. The movie will be covering a lot of the Great Depression and the war. But and I really should bring up World War I too. I might do that in a short film as kind of like a episode 1 prologue, or it's like between 2 and 3. But yeah, that's the plan for that. I'm going to call them Sodor Then and Now shorts. Like Sodor Then and Now short 1 is A Time of Joy. So like they're going to be short films. They're going to be between 8 and 15 minutes. They're not going to be extremely long. I just want to tell like shorter stories. And I haven't really written any scripts for any episodes yet, but they're going to be really short. They're not going to be full-fledged, major, massive episodes. And I'm probably going to do a lot of those during my hiatus between seasons 1 and 2, because I do plan on going on a hiatus, in case you didn't already know. I do plan on going on a hiatus between seasons 1 and 2 to gather more engines, resources, make my sets look better. I want to be able to not use those Lego Duplos for stations. Is like my main goal. I want to not use Lego Duplo so frequently in my sets for sheds and for stations. I want to get like platforms, and I want to build sheds. That's my main goal for season 2, and get more rolling stock and engines. Then I should be set. Let's see. Let's check the chat here. Do you have plans to add Ari and Burton to your series? Yes, I do, and I've written an episode about them. I haven't decided if it's going to be season 2 or 3, but they will be appearing in season 2 or 3. Sad story, Henry. I'm stupid. My brain turned off. I forgot what it was. Do you use paint markers? I don't really customize. I've just added details to some characters. This looks terrible, and I think it's erasable, but I added like back cab windows to Sir Handel and Peter Sam. And they're not rare. Don't lose your mind. They're not rare. I can probably wipe them off. And if not, I can always replace the models. They're really cheap. Sir Handel and Peter Sam are not very rare. The most I've seen Sir Handel is $25, and the most I've seen Peter Sam is $20. So they should not be hard to come by at all. So yeah, that's all for Sir Handel and Peter Sam. And I do plan on touching like the red lines and Skarloey's white lines with marker, but I don't really customize engines yet. I would like to, because I want to introduce Daisy and Bear. So what's up, Trainmaster 16? I need a drink. How dare you? That model is so rare and you're vandalizing them. You're canceled. That controversy is so stupid. It's so stupid. I really don't want to get into that. It's so stupid. Stay thirsty. Whatever beer company that is, please sponsor me. The chat's kind of dead. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. Is this a sneak peek for the next episode of Sodor Then and Now? No, it's not. This is like the set, quote unquote set I used for like the tracking shots for Scarlet, Irenaeus, and Henry. And then Diesel is there because he is the main character of episode 8. I will then make it not dead. Thank you, Thomas Rainbow Fan. Will you ever use voice actors in your series? I'd like to, but that's gonna be a difficult conversation to have. I'd like to have voice actors in my series. That's another reason why I'm going on hiatus, is because I want to have voice actors for season 2. But we'll see. I may end up never using voice actors, but we'll see. In a perfect world, I will. So there's that. We got 9 people watching. That's pretty nice. I couldn't believe how many people were showing up to the premiere. There were a max of like 18 people at one point, and it was awesome. And the chat was blowing up during the entire episode, and I was happy about that. Do you plan on doing anything with Rocky? Rocky has appeared in the show. Simply because I don't have the breakdown train. That's literally the only reason he's there. But I worked him in a little. I sort of worked him in. He's there, and he appeared in episode 5 to help Rerail James, and he has not appeared since then. I don't have any major plans for him because, quite frankly, I kind of forget that the non-engine characters exist. I forget all the time about like the rolling stock characters like Annie and Clarabelle, Henrietta and Toad, and the Cranes and like Cranky and Rocky and the boats. I forget all those characters all the time. So I don't have many plans for them because there isn't much story I can tell with like Annie and Clarabelle, for example. Toad, I don't know. Like there's a lot of characters I want to focus on, and then there's characters that I don't really plan on using that much. Or those characters where I might end up telling like two stories with Max and then just leaving them. Because the main story is about like Sir Handel and Adam Norman, who will be introduced soon. Although he was in episode 4. And then like Arthur, Diesel's going to be a big player. Ari and Bert are big players. Donald and Douglas, James, for example. Those are all like the main characters. But there some characters like Flora, for example, I may never even end up writing an episode about. She'll appear. She'll be a new character, but I may not end up writing a story starring her because there's only so many episodes I can make and only so many characters I can feature. Do you like the Logging Locos? Not really. I don't really care for them as characters. I would like to rewrite them for my show so that way they are like bearable. But for now, I don't have plans for them right now, but I would like to eventually do that. Thoughts on Stanley Standard Gauge? He's all right. He's not the greatest character, but he's got a cool design. Congrats on 200 subs. Thank you. Flora is just a boring, bland, nothing character. Yeah, she doesn't have a character. That's why I'm hesitant to even call her a character because she does not have a character. I could write one for her, and that wouldn't be too hard. But for like in the actual TV show, she does not have a character. Will you ever collab with Mr. Ryan? I don't know who that is. Is that like I forget who that is. Oh, it's like Mr. Edward. I think that was his old name. I don't know. I don't know about collabs with people yet. What's up, Andrew Rose Cole? We got 10 people watching, and I'm thirsty again. That's the cup. I'm not wheezing. Does your Rocky still work? No, he doesn't actually. And you can tell because where is Rocky? I don't know where I put him. Oh, Rocky appeared in today's episode. Actually, Rocky re-railed Jane or Rheneas onto the flatbed. Oh, he's right here. I don't know what in him is broken because the wires look fine, but for whatever reason he's not working. I lost the lid a while ago, and the reason you could tell is because I can't get this back into him. I would have to try and like work my way around that. So, I mean, he's a nice looking model. I think I do prefer the player one, but he looks nice. I do like this Rocky. I don't have major plans for Rocky, but he's a cool looking crane, that's for sure. If you want, I can help you with the sheds if you want. That would be cool. I'll have to see about that. How many trains do you have? If I were to guess engines, I would say probably about 60 to 70, and then rolling stock is about 50. Maybe a little more. I would like to get the rolling stock number to at least 100. And then I would like to also get a bunch more characters. As for like official characters released by Trackmaster, there aren't many left that I need. And they're all mainly CGI characters minus Billy, Hank, and Dennis. Those are the three I'm after right now. And then there's Paxton, there's Porter, Steven, Connor, Caitlin, Gator, Mary, and Ryan, and Timothy. And that's about it. That's all I really... And Lady. I would like to get Lady. I would like to work with her a little bit. Do you plan to use the Caldy Fell engines in your series? I would like to. I think what I may end up doing is using them in Wooden Railway. I know it'd be inconsistent since I use the narrow gauge engines in Trackmaster, but I really just do not feel motivated to buy like 8 Trackmaster Freddies or something and paint them as Caldy Fell engines. I really do not have the energy to do that. So what I may end up doing is I may end up cutting out faces and putting it. I may just keep the old faces, to be honest. Just say they're all brothers and then slap nameplates and numbers on them and call it a day. I hope people wouldn't be opposed to that, but that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. I would like to use them, and it would give me the opportunity. I don't even have to worry about Wooden Railway track because the Wooden Railway engines run on Tomy track and Trackmaster track, so that would work perfectly. Thoughts on the new Trackmaster items? I mean, they look a lot better. The rolling stock looks a lot better, especially, but they still have the same flaws that they've had since the very beginning. They don't run on Tomy track, and the rubber underneath the wheels is still ridiculous looking, and they're still short. They still have all have the exact same motor and body and all that, and the detailing is lackluster and their shapes are wacky. But other than like the thing is, any improvement in toys I'll take, because honestly it doesn't get much lower than what we were going through for 17, 18, and 19. So to see that they're actually making slight changes and slight improvements, the packaging especially is appealing. It's not gimmicky. It's not all colorful. It's just plain, speaks to you straight to the point. This is Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends. I just wish they would release more characters, because they have been re-releasing like the same 10 characters with 3 new characters, including a variation of Thomas every year for the past 6 years. And they really need to start making more engines. Make the Narrowgauge engines. Make freaking Duck and Oliver and Donald and Douglas again. Make Daisy in Trackmaster form. For the love of God, please make Daisy in Trackmaster form. I will buy her. Maybe. If she looks good, I'll buy her. Try and make not just like the Steam team plus Nia, Rebecca, and then like Hero, Spencer, and Victor. So that's like all they do now, plus 3 new characters. Favorite Sharon Miller episode? I don't remember many of the Sharon Miller episodes. I don't care to rewatch many of the Sharon Miller episodes. And I don't really have a favorite. Hit Toys was peak Trackmaster, absolutely. Like there were some things that were off, like a lot of the main characters were lacking in like facial details and running board details, but they actually ran well. They were shaped properly. They actually looked really good. But yeah, that's I don't know. I love Hit Toys. I'm nostalgic for them like crazy because I just have such fond memories of walking into like a Walmart or something and just seeing shelf after shelf of Hit Toys Trackmaster and not knowing which one I want to buy, if I'm even allowed to buy one. I just remember or at like the Day Out with Thomas event, I would always get like 2 or 3 engines. Remember the first one I ever went to was when I got Ben and Duke, for example. So do you have any customs? No, but I would like to start making customs. Season 8 is a very solid season. Don't at me. I haven't watched like the actual show in like forever. I haven't taken the time to sit down and binge watch it because I've been pretty busy this summer doing nothing and then editing and then playing Smash. So, although I did take a month break from Smash to play Zelda, but yeah, that's basically the extent of my summer is filming, editing, Smash, and Zelda. So I will watch seasons 8 through 11, rarely watch season 12, don't plan on watching season 13 to 16 in full ever. Okay, unpopular opinion time. Season 12 is the worst season in the show. It is just so difficult to look at. The faces are hideous. It looks awful, and the stories are just terrible. Like I would argue that season 15 season 15 has laughably bad episodes, but season 12 just has like annoyingly bad episodes in which it's just torture to sit through. Whereas season 15, you start to go insane while watching the episodes. And it's like the only way to cope with watching the episodes is to just laugh along with it. Season 12 isn't that bad, but season 13, oh man, his firebox is on fire. That was season 15, the Fiery Flynn episode. God, that was such a bad episode. That was horrible. Horrible. I mean, season 15 is like season 12 is not worse than season 15 by much. I will say that because season 15 is absolutely up there for the worst season. And then 13 through 16 are 12 through 16 is like bottom 5 with a few Wubba seasons thrown in there. I like the term Wubba. I know I'm stealing it from Tug, but I like the term Wubba. Like that, those are all like the bottom 8. The rest are decent. 21's okay. 21, 6, and 7 are kind of like the transitional seasons. I don't have like a personal season ranking at this point because honestly, I haven't watched any of season 24. I don't care to. The only episode I heard was good was like that Young Bao episode with the tiger. I saw a clip of it and it was pretty nice. but I don't care to watch any of season 24. I can't stand the format. I can't stand Thomas as a narrator. I can't stand the dream sequences. I hate the whole around the world gimmick in the first place. I hate how Thomas has like 3 different personas throughout the show now, in which when he's a main character, he's a complete idiot, and then any other time he's like a wise old mentor. Either that or he just doesn't speak at all. And then I hate the bouncing. I hate the crappy lighting. I hate almost everything about the BWBA era. So, top 5 seasons. Honestly, just the first 5 seasons of the show ranked maybe 3, 1, 2, 5, 5, 2, 4 is probably my ranking. 4 is the best, and then season 2 is 5th. 3 is season 3 is 5th. 1 is 4th. 5 is 3rd. 2 is 2nd, and 4 is best season. Season 22 to 24 has about 5 good episodes per season. That is like a fact. I can name maybe 5 episodes throughout that entire era that are actually like not terrible. The Bill and Ben episode is good. The Duck episode is good. What was the one season 20? The Engine of Many Colors episode was good. God, what was the one season 23 episode that was really good? I gotta Google this because I honestly forget. The Bulgy episode. That one was good. Heart of Gold was really good. And that's about it. Lorenzo Solo was garbage. Out of Sight was annoying. Too Loud Thomas is arguably bottom 5 episodes in my opinion. Chuckles and Trucks. I hate Chuckles and Trucks with a burning passion. Because it just goes to show how much of a Mary Sue Rebecca is. Because she legitimately has no flaws. She is the one that is like not even remotely cautious about the trucks. The other engines are the ones that warn her, and they are the ones that crash, and they are the ones that get in trouble. And I hate that. I hate that. It's such a bad episode for that reason. Because Rebecca has no character. And then I hated it. I hated the episode so much. It was so bad. Engine of Many Colors, Missing Truck, School Duck, Heart and Gold, and the Bulgy episodes were good. They were all pretty good. Everything else pretty much. I'm not going to give away my age. I'm just going to say between 13 and 15. When I was 7 was when I stopped liking Nitrogen and realized it was not good. I realized about a year after I joined the YouTube when I was like 10. I forget. I was like 9 or 10 when I first found YouTube. And I watched the episodes again because I kind of lost interest in Thomas for about 2 years before that. I started to watch like the newer episodes again. And I was just like, this is not good. The rhyming is awful. The animation is not great. Like the background scenery is not great. It's not good. And then I watched the older episodes and I was like, that's why I like this show. Because the older episodes were great. Rebecca equals Ray. I mean, Rebecca is literally the Ray of the Thomas franchise. That's pretty much true. Yeah, that's about. I prefer Ray more to Rebecca because at least they tried to give her a character. They failed, but they tried to give her like a flaw. I liked Steam Team to the Rescue when it came out now, but I think it's absolute garbage. I never liked the Steam Team gimmick to begin with. I think the idea was incredibly stupid because it's just a ripoff Paw Patrol. where they need to have like that core group of main characters all working together as a team. It's so gimmicky. It's so cliche. It's so done to death by every other kids show, especially Paw Patrol. And yeah, we simply don't have enough engines. Bro, you legitimately have over 100 engines. If we were to bring back every character that has vanished after appearing in one episode, you legitimately have over 100 have over 100 engines. Not just the Steam Team, Edward Henry, and the Diesels, and like 5 Diesels. That is not all you have. And honestly, Duck, the twins, and Oliver have been neglected again, which irritates me to no end because Andrew Brenner worked hard to bring those characters back, and it took a while, but eventually reestablished them as a part of like the franchise, only for them to get shunned again, which irritates me. I am more upset about the fact that Duck, Oliver, and the twins are nowhere to be found than I am about the fact that Edward and Henry left the Steam Team. Because at least they appear. They don't do anything, but at least they appeared in that special. Those 4 did not appear once. I think the last time we saw any of them besides Duck was in a cameo bouncing up and down at NAFRG when Thomas and Nia came back. Did you hear Pip and Emma are coming in season 25? I doubt that's true because the show is currently on a hiatus. And same with Duke. Duke, there's no way they're going to bring Duke back. There is no way because the narrow gauge engines speak once in a millennium. So why would they bring back another narrow gauge engine? That just doesn't make sense to me. If they do introduce another narrow gauge engine, it's going to be a bland female character because they can't give any of these female characters flaws. Why do you think so many people like Mavis and Daisy? Because they're actual characters. They have actual character. They're actually enjoyable. Why were people praising Daisy's episodes from seasons 20 and 21? Because they were actually good. Because Daisy actually has a character. And all the other female characters in the show have little to no character or are inconsistent with their character. Cough, cough, Emily, cough, cough. But Emily is a discussion for another day. She is my least favorite character in the show. Show us some of your collection, maybe perhaps some more unique items or with some backstory. Honestly, I am such a dork. I am such a nerd that I have an estimation as to about when I got each of my items. But nothing in the studio has changed since the last stream. It's just gotten messier because I filmed more and I never bothered to put anything back. So I can show you a couple of my engines if you want. If there's a specific character you want to see, just sound off in the chat. I am behind on this chat though. All the Diesels are stuck in their shed. Philip, Mavis, Daisy, Ari, and Bert aren't in the shed. Ari and Bert are another set of characters that they just completely neglected, and it sucks because I actually kind of like the whole Diesels being together thing. It's better than the Steam Team because they all have they're not unbearable to watch. Thomas is unbearable to watch. Percy's just a coward. Gordon is honestly the saving grace. Rebecca and Nia don't have any character. Emily is ungodly awful to watch. And James has just deteriorated. James is so unbearable to watch now. He was fine in season 20 and 21, but now his entire personality is I'm splendid. That is his entire personality. They took a lyric from a song and legitimately just made it his entire personality, and it's so annoying. Gordon is the only one, and the only reason I'm saying this is because he has a couple funny one-liners. The rest of him is just like the old grouchy grandpa that's annoying. And they called him the oldest when in reality he's more like the youngest. James is older than Gordon. Henry's older than Gordon. I want to see Daisy. What's up, Carvalion Blue? We love yellow and blue female characters. There aren't any blue female characters, aren't? Oh, well, there's Millie. That's it. There's Millie. When they introduced Emily, they should have had her be an Atlantic instead of some out-of-date single-wheel drive engine when diesels are taking over. Honestly, I know it's stupid and it's petty, but Emily was not made in 1891 or whatever. There's no way Emily is older than Edward. There is no way. There is no way. So I'm gonna have her be like built in like the 30s or like the 20s or something, because that's it. If I even use her, I still haven't decided if I want to use her yet, because I don't know what to do with her. Emily is a lost cause, in my opinion. There's nothing you can do with her to make her right, because in order to make her right, you have to change her personality again. So, and that would be like the fourth time they've changed her personality, which would make her an even worse character. Build her in the 30s. Yeah, it's petty, it's stupid, I know, but honestly, the idea that Emily is older than Edward is honestly stupid. 1900 would be far better. Yeah, as long as she's younger than Edward, I don't really care. If she's older than Thomas, whatever. I might have her. I don't know what to do with Emily. That's the problem. If I can get if I have a good reason, to introduce Emily and actually give her like a good character, then I'll do it. But if I don't, I'm just gonna leave her out, because there's nothing I can do with her. Emily becoming the number 12 was just fan service. Emily will not be the number 12 in my series. That honor will be going to Bill and Ben. They will be 12 and 13. Spoiler alert, but it's true. They're not going to be owned. A lot of things in my series are not going to be like the TV series at all. The time things take place in, they're either going to be like earlier than how they actually took place in the books and the show. I'm going to have a lot of the standard gauge engines with numbers in like numerical order. And I'm going to have like the engines that were owned by like quote unquote private companies like Mavis, Bill, and Ben. They're not owned privately. They're like leased to the companies, but they're really Northwestern engines. So they're going to have Northwestern numbers. Like Bill and Ben will be 12 and 13. The diesels will have their own set of numbers. I'm not going to spoil who's D1, but you can already make a guess as to who that is because it's canon. All right. I am way behind here. It's weird that they added 2 female characters but not bring back other female characters that have barely been used. They just did that because it's a numbers game. They want to show everyone that, like, instead of just bringing in pre-existing female characters, let's add in more female characters to add more of a balance to the extremely, I'm not going to lie, unbalanced scale of male to female characters, because it's absolutely disproportionate. I agree. There should absolutely be more female characters, but only introduce them if they're actually going to do something. And the thing is, if we're looking at like all the characters in the entire franchise, yeah, it's going to be especially disproportionate. But if they brought back all the pre-existing female characters like Molly and Flora, for example, then maybe the numbers would be less disproportionate. But the problem is, you still have to introduce a ton of female characters. But what are you going to do with them? That's the point the show has reached now, where there's just too many characters. So every new character introduced is either going to have no personality or a personality that already belongs to another character. And they can't give them a personality like James or Duncan because those characters are too distinct and too memorable. Audrey wrote it so that there's a maximum of like 50 characters. And while I would like to do that, I would also like to feature a lot of like the TV series characters too. So it's going to be extremely difficult to find distinct and individual personalities for all of them. What I may end up doing is just having a group of engines in their own little clique because they have similar personalities. Like they're all in their little group. Like I might have the China Clay twins, Billy, Charlie, Bash, and Dash, all in one little group as like the jokers, like the pranksters. Like they're just a group of pranksters. And then there's like Stanley, Arthur, and Ryan is like the passive engines, like the pushovers. That's just an example. That's just me spitballing right now, but that's actually a pretty good idea. Is I don't know what to do with all these characters because there's just too many. There's too many characters. Season 7, Emily was good, and 19 through 21, that was good. She was always the grandmother of the engines, but that's been screwed with so much. Honestly, the reason I most likely hate Emily is because of the fact that she was introduced in Calling All Engines, and she was nasty. She was horrible in Calling All Engines. She was just like a B word, legitimately. She was literally a horrible engine, like just horrible. I don't know. She was just like nasty, not like cocky or egotistical or just flat out rude. She was just snarky and narcissistic. I don't like those types of people. So that's why I've never really liked Emily. And then I've noticed like watching more of like the CGI series, I was like, where did that personality go? Why is she suddenly like the nice engine? And I was just so confused. I was like, so what is her personality? She was like 5. What's up, Voyager class WDS? My favorite Calling All Engines moment is when all the engines fought. I actually recreated that like 10 years ago with all the trains I owned. This was before I owned Airy and Bert, so I just used like Mavis and Boko or something. Or Splatter and Dodge probably. And I tried to recreate that scene. Not on camera, just me playing. I remember doing that. So. Let's see here. Emily becoming the number 12. I probably already talked about that. What would you do if Mattel killed off Thomas and made Rebecca a main character? They're not going to do that because Thomas's name is in the title. It would literally, the show would die the second it did it. Whether they realize it or not, the show would die the second they did that because no one's going to recognize Rebecca. She's too new of a character to make the main character. Even Emily is too unrecognizable to make the main character. The only character they could possibly make the main character of the show is maybe Percy or James, because those are like the other two characters that when they see, people will recognize. No outsider is going to recognize Henry or Edward or Gordon. I'm sorry. As great as the characters are, they're not going to be recognized the instant they're seen. Thomas, Percy, and James are literally like the trio that everybody knows. So making someone not in that trio the main character is ludicrous. And making Percy and James the main character is ludicrous too, because the show is literally called Thomas and Friends, not Percy and Friends or James and Friends. So they would literally have to change the name of the show, and it would die within instance because no one would watch it because every child out there loves Thomas. Fun fact, in season 2, they were going to make Edward a female. I don't know how that would work. I don't know, I don't plan on giving the engines sexualities or romantic feelings towards one another. I know people do that. I'm not about that, to be honest. I can't write romance to begin with. I can't, and I probably never will. Unless I get a major filming career, then I might try and write romance in an actual movie. But I can't. I'm not going to write romance about talking trains. I'm sorry. I don't mind if you do, but I'm not about that. Do you have a story about people or kids coming to your house and messing with your Thomas stuff? Not really. Because before I moved houses, there were maybe like 2 other kids my age, and there were like no other kids in general in my neighborhood. And the one other kid I was friends with was also a big Thomas fan, so we would just run the trains around the track. And then when I moved here, there were a lot of kids, but they were all girls. So I got lucky. I never really had to deal with the only time I did was when I had 2 little brothers over. They were like, I don't know, like 2 and 3. And then they just watched the trains run. They were fine. They didn't throw them around or cause mayhem or anything. I just brought a bunch of track and like 3 engines upstairs and just ran them in a big loop because I don't want them down here. There's too much dangerous equipment down here. I don't know if you've probably seen it because I missed the sky backdrop, but there's legitimately like weights right there, and I don't want kids like getting near them. So no, I don't lift those weights. To be honest, I'm okay with engine shipping, but I've seen some weird freaking ships, and I'm just like, no, I don't really like engine shipping to begin with. I'm not going to chastise you if you do. I'm not going to be like, stop doing it, but I don't really care for the idea. They're talking trains. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to get into that. It would destroy my ground layout when I had one. I would always have to rebuild it when they left. I remember one of them grabbing my Spencer, Henry, and Thomas and trying to take them. Yeah, thank God I never had to deal with that. I'm extremely grateful I never had to deal with that, and it's on. I praise God every day for that because I'm a terrible babysitter. I have no patience. Just in general, I have no patience, so I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind real quick. So, God, what time is it? Oh my, I've been streaming for almost an hour. Let's see, how long have I been streaming for? Probably like a little under an hour. 58 minutes, yep. I'm thirsty. Water. I've been talking too much. Derek Paxman. Yeah, that's probably in reference to the new Key Cray episode. I keep missing them because I don't get notified because of the whole made for kids crap. Same with Train King James. I never know when they've actually uploaded unless they post a freaking community tab post because of the whole stupid YouTube for kids thing. I don't know why they turned off stupid things like mini player for of all things to turn off for kids content. They turned off mini player. I don't want to get into YouTube Kids, but that whole system is stupid. And no one took as soon as people realized that they're not actually going to sue you, people just took off the whole yes, it's for kids thing. No one actually feared it. And same with me. A lot of my videos were marked for kids for a while, but I was just like, you know what? They're not going to do anything. Screw it. And anyway, my content is made for like a specific target audience between like 13 to like 20, which is like the majority of the fan base. All right. Someone asked about who's better, Donald or Douglas. I prefer Donald. I don't have a specific reason. Probably just because I had his model way before I had Douglas. So I just kind of, preferred him as a character to Douglas. There's not much of a difference, although I do plan on making a difference between them. In the actual show, there's not much of a difference between them. So I do prefer Donald because he saved Douglas, and without Douglas and without Donald, Douglas would not have been able to save Oliver. That's my reasoning. That's literally it. So Thomas and Friends YouTube channel is poo now. Apparently they streamed for like 28 days straight, which still doesn't beat the Pewds versus T-Series streamer, which still is like running, I think. That'd be funny. I'm going to check. Are they still running the T-Series versus PewDiePie stream? That would be really funny. I mean, the first stream, I'm sure, ended a while ago, but PewDiePie versus Coco Melon. Oh, top 50 YouTube live sub count. How long has this been streaming? Started streaming on June 28th. Good Lord. God, I remember when that was the thing. My entire school was just screaming, subscribe to Pewds. Subscribe to PewDiePie. They stream videos called Best of Thomas Moments, and it's just season 22 clips. Yeah, because they don't want to... They're trying to deny the fact that the rest of the entire show exists. They're just like, this is Thomas. This is Thomas. He goes around the world and goes on crazy adventures. This is Thomas the Train now. They don't understand the show at all. And without Brenner, they're literally screwed. What if they bring back the Railway series characters and make them bounce and have horrible dialogue and give them no characters? I'll pass. Unless they completely rebrand the show to be how it was before all this bullcrap started, I don't want any new fraternities. I would hate to see like Duke bounce. Watching Sir Handel bounce nearly made me want to stick a katana down my throat, but I hated watching Sir Handel bounce. I do not want to imagine Duke bouncing or gesturing, as people or as other people have stated it. Bouncing is a stupid term, but I don't know anything better. Best Thomas moments used to actually be classic era and modern Thomas. That's exactly. They used to do like a bunch of season 4 episodes in like a 30-minute thing. Should a reboot keep the same designs or should they do a different art style? I don't know what you mean by different designs, like redesigning the engines or like the overall atmosphere of like the island, because the atmosphere is okay. They should add more detail like to like the countryside sets, I think, rather than just grass and trees. But could you show us your Tid in the Sheds? It's behind my leg. It's under my Lego table. So let me unplug my computer real quick, and then my phone. I'll show it to you real quick. All right, here we go. Here it is, right here. Underneath this table is like a complete mess. This is my next project, and then also I need to rebuild this building. But that's my next project, is to sort through all of this. Oh yeah, this is a deleted episode. I initially had Duck arrive in 1939, literally like the day before World War II was declared, and I was gonna have like Duck save the island during a bombing raid. Yeah, that almost happened. I'm so glad I got rid of that episode. Like, you can see it in the intro too. He's like pushing a flatbed with a big gun on it. That's what that was supposed to be about, was Duck saving the island during the freaking Blitzkrieg or whatever. No, that's a fighting style used to round up the French. Yeah, that's what that was a deleted Duck episode. It was supposed to be episode 7. Episode 7 was supposed to be like the Duck and Diesel episode with Duck during World War II. Any actual that's for the show takes place in 1988. The show legitimately has like no timeline at this point because the Great Discovery had a newspaper from like 55. That's when it said like the Where's Thomas song showed like 55. They claim it's like modern day. The island looks like it is in like the middle of like the 50s and the 60s in the like the CGI era. Everyone's dressed like it's the 50s. There's like technology from like the 50s, like that telephone, I'm sure is like 50, 60 era. So, Ian McHugh himself says the show takes place between 45 and 70. Yeah, that would make sense. It's a lot of stuff to happen in just 25 years, though. If they're still doing like the episodes, they're 25 seasons. Well, though, a lot of the episodes probably take place before 45. But like the modern show, I'm sure is like 45 to 70, which makes sense. I'm sure they didn't like. It would be stupid of them to have a kids show address the Great Depression and the war, and the Second World War. That would be stupid of them. Because it's just way too dark of a topic to discuss with kids at that age. I think kids should. That's my thing is like I think kids should just be allowed to be kids, just be carefree, and then eventually slowly introduce them to these topics, not just hammer all these topics on at once, like modern issues of the world and like the dark past, everything we've done wrong. That should be slowly taught throughout their childhood, not hammered on when they're 5 years old, because that will just screw them up. Thomas should be for an older demographic. I had a dream that Thomas was PG and not general audiences. Because honestly, if they did that, it could work. Thomas, if they did that 10 years ago, it could have worked. But now Thomas is way too kid friendly. It's too just like directly aimed for kids nowadays that it would not work, because no matter what, it's still going to have that reputation of it's a kid's show, not it's a family show. Thomas should absolutely be more of a family show than a kid's show. I think it would work a lot better because a lot of the messages they could tell in these stories could be applied to everyone and not just kids. Actually, some Thomas films have been rated a G or PG. I don't know which ones have been rated PG. Maybe Magic Railroad. I don't know. Do you have a Tommy Oliver? Yes, I do. I'll grab him real quick. Here he is. He's extremely loud. There's Oliver. I know a lot of people like to see him. He's going to be in season 2. Okay. So we've been streaming for a little over an hour. I do plan on... Hello, Jonathan Asima. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I'm sorry. He needs a white foot plate and green wheels. I don't know if I want to modify them like that, because if I screw it up, I just screwed up an entire Tommy Oliver model, and that would not be pretty. If I got another one, maybe I'd try it, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that to my one and only Oliver model. So, what do you think the engine's faces are made out of? Like in the actual show, like maybe rubber. I don't know. Maybe Magic Gold does. I don't know. I'm under the impression that when they die, their faces fade away, and they don't just like cut the faces off because that's just way too gory. That's disgusting to think about. I think they just fade away when they die. Yeah, they appear to be skin, fleshy, rubber. Yeah, they're definitely not like soft human flesh. I think they're definitely made of more like a rough material. I think they're more like rubber, which would make a lot of sense. So keep going. It's gonna keep streaming. Sure, I'll keep going for a little while. Metal, maybe. Nah, it looks too soft to be metal, and it looks too. The faces look too like dark and soft to be metal. Because metal is like, I don't know, like shiny and silver. Yeah, I think it's like a gray rubber. That would make sense. To be honest, I just think it disintegrates when the engine's faces are smelted down. That's like still just creepy to think about. I like Victor Tanzik's explanation of like they're put into a deep sleep, then they scrap them, because the whole idea of them just throwing them in a smelting pit or just cutting them while they're still alive honestly is honestly just like really weird to think about. It's honestly frightening, to be honest. Is the fact that engines are just like torn to shreds while they're still alive is honestly a creepy thought. So I like I like the idea that they just like fade away as they die. I'm still thinking about the fact where you almost made an episode where Duck defends off a bomb raid. Yeah, that was such a stupid idea that I had. I do plan on having Sodor go through a bomb raid eventually. I don't think that's too big of a spoiler warning because basically the entire UK got bombed during that campaign. But yeah. Do you like the US? I mean, I like being here. I love the United States. America. I don't know. I like the US. It's nice here. Got our ups and downs, but it's every country does. We see some of those weird multicolored Hit Toys coaches. I don't know what you mean. The only one I have is like Emily's coach. What about the really thick skin we have on the bottom of our toes? Perhaps that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what the thick skin underneath our toes are, and I don't really like to think about that. What do you think of the show almost ending? I mean, I'd be sad if the show ended, but honestly, I can't stand to watch another season of Big World, Big Adventures. So it's a lose scenario, honestly. Can we see Cranky and Bulstrode? Cranky is like in a bucket somewhere, and I really don't feel like digging him out. But I have two Bulstrodes, and I can show them to you. If I can find them. I used them on that water set for episode 7. Where I don't know where they are though. Oh, here they are. Oh, Cranky's here too. Perfect. And I'll show off Harold too. I have Harold. I forgot Harold existed. First off, since this person wanted to see Cranky and Bulstrode, here's Bulstrode. It's like the plastic one that came with like the dock set, and then this Cranky also came with the dock set. I have his hook; it's in the bucket. I just wanted you to see his face. There's Cranky and Bulstrode, and then I also have this plastic Harold the helicopter, which their propellers are kind of dead. So there's those two. There's those 3. I didn't stand it up. I meant as in, do you have those purple, yellow, or blue or olive colored coaches? No, I don't. I don't have those coaches. I don't even know what you mean. But Yeah. Do you have red trucks? I have one, and it's not a troublesome truck. It's just this. You might have seen it a couple times. I would like to get more. I want to get more of like the same colored ones. I want to get like 3 or 4 more orange ones, 3 or 4 more red ones, and green and blue. I have a lot of gray ones, but I want to add faces to them, like from Custom Trackmasters. I could get like faces for them. So that would be cool. Really, you don't know? I've never seen those. I'm sure I've heard of them somewhere, and if I saw a picture of them, I'd probably recognize them. But right now, I'm at a blank. They came with Duck, Dodge, Splatter. Oh. I think I have one of the blue ones. This blue one came with Rusty. This might be what you're talking about. I have this one. This blue one is. I want to get more. I want to get like 2 more blue ones. I knocked over Mr. Hugh and Sir Bertram. Yes, that. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know they made purple ones. If they have purple ones, I would totally buy those because purple is a mad underrated color in my opinion. I really like the color purple, and I would love to see like James pull like purple coaches. That would look so cool. Yes, they also came with James and Rusty. Yeah. If I end up buying like another Rusty, because I might, because one of his wheels is dead. It just like it doesn't roll. It doesn't stop properly. It keeps rolling backwards. I may end up buying one that comes with this coach. So that way I have another one. Because this came with my Henrietta, which I wasn't opposed to. I got them both for $18. The purple one only came with Dodge or Splatter during the Hit Toys era. Extremely rare. Yeah, Splatter and Dodge. I have Splatter. I have Splodge. They're both from the Hit Toys era. Neither of them came with a purple coach. Neither of them came with anything, I don't think. One of them might have come with a truck, but neither of them came with a purple coach. I have to look that up now. Hit Toys purple coach. I have to see that. That probably looks so cool. Hit Toys Thomas purple coach. I don't see any pictures of them. I'll look up like which one do they come with? Splatter, Dodge. I don't know. Let's see. Splatter and Dodge with purple. Let's see. They have 3 packs than just the engines themselves. Tank engines would have a piece of rolling stock or no rolling stock. Yeah, if anyone has like a picture of the purple coach, please send like a link in the chat so that I can look at it because I would love to see a picture of that purple coach. It might have been a purple cattle car. That's what that would make a lot more sense because I think there is a purple cattle car out there. I don't have any purple rolling stock in general, but that would make a lot more sense. But it would still be really cool if there was like a purple coach. And if I get enough like Annie and Clarables or something, for example, I might just like paint over them and make purple coaches. Does anyone else here own a Trackmaster Alfie? Every person I ask who collects Trackmaster doesn't own one. Seems like I'm the only one. I don't own any of the pack vehicles besides Nelson. Nelson is the only one I own, and he came. It's like a plastic one. He came with the quarry set, so I don't have Alfie, unfortunately. If I do want to introduce the pack, and I may end up just doing like Wooden Railway because they're easier to find. Because all the Trackmaster versions are rare as can be. They're extremely like the Oliver, Jack, and Alfie, Ned, Max, and Monty especially. They're extremely rare. I don't know why Monty is so rare, not Max. But and I'm out of water. Nice. I'm thinking about getting the front-facing working Hit Toys Rocky or the Bandai Diesel 10. I mean, or the Bandai Diesel 10. I mean, it depends on which one you collect more, Bandai or Trackmaster. Oh, they were only ever sold in Poland. Why Poland of all countries? I have nothing against Poland, obviously, but of all countries, you're going to sell them to Poland. That is interesting. I want to get Trackmaster Alfie someday. I would like to get the Trackmaster pack, but for one, they don't even look that good to begin with. And for another, I really just don't want to spend $50 for a road vehicle. Trackmaster Alfie was only sold in Canada. That makes sense. A lot of the rare characters are rare just because they were sold in one country. Like Oliver. I think Oliver was only sold in the UK as far as I know. That's how I believe it was. Oliver was never sold in the US. He was probably sold in Japan too. But Japan and UK. Yeah. That's why he's not rare in the UK. Is because he was sold there, but he was never sold in America. So that's why I'm extremely lucky to actually have one. I'm happy I have Oliver. I don't care if people say he's like actually not rare. I'm just happy that I have one because Oliver's gonna be a big player in the show. I'm trying to get my hands on a Hit Toys Peter Sam. I didn't even think they made a Hit Toys Peter Sam. This Peter Sam is like a 2009 or 10 model. I know it is because it's ignore the tape 1 second. I know it is because all the screws are like the triangular screws and the nameplate is in white rather than the same color as underneath. That's how I know. And I also know because there's no holes in the wheels, which is how Peter Sam was. Sorry, my stream was behind. Which is how the engines were before like 2011 when they put holes in them in the wheels to secure them. So my Peter Sam is like 2010, 2009. Same with Sir Handel. And then Renee's Hit Toys, Carlo's Hit Toys. Same with Rusty, Duncan, Duke, Bertram. Basically everybody but Freddy, Proteus, Sir Handel, and Peter Sam, and then Victor and Luke are Trackmaster. So there was supposed to be a Hit Toys Daisy. Oh, that would have been so cool. I would have loved a Hit Toys Daisy. Man, I wish that existed. There's got to be at least one of those out there somewhere. A Hit Toys Daisy. There's got to be at least one of those. The Whiteface Troublesome Truck was canceled, and there seems to be hundreds of those out there. So there's got to be daisies somewhere. My guess is she probably never left the works, the factory, which means there's most likely a prototype. I almost said Proteus. There's most likely a prototype of Daisy in like the CEO of Hit Toys basement or like bedroom or something. There's got to be at least one prototype out there. I don't ever plan on acquiring it, obviously, but I can always make a custom. Oliver was never sold in the Americas, only Australia. Oh, he was sold in Australia, Europe, and Asia. Do you subscribe to any other Thomas YouTubers? Yeah, a lot of like the quote unquote big users that I'm subscribed to a lot of Thomas users, probably like 150 at least. Millie was also supposed to be released in 2013, but was canceled. That sucks. I would have loved to see another a Millie model. I forgot about her. She's another model I need to make. I need to make more custom models of engines than I need to acquire actual like engines I'm missing, because I'm missing maybe 12 characters that were actually released, and then I'm done. I don't want to get any like the big world characters besides maybe 2 Raúls and 2 Ginas, so I can have a Raúl and a Gina, and then I can make the Gina into Jim, and then I can make the Raúl into Logan from the book. Hit Toys plan to release every character, actually. That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. I forget who the other characters they canned were. Oliver was one of them they canned, I assume. Daisy was one they canned. Hit Toys never made a was it Rheneas that they never made? Hit Toys never Tomy made Rusty, Skarloey, and Sir Handel, but I don't think they made Duke, Rheneas, Peter, Sam, or Duncan. Hit Toys. Oh no, my Rheneas is Hit Toys. I forgot. Yeah, he's Hit Toys. Rheneas is Hit Toys. But I'm talking Tomy. Tomy never made Rheneas. Like old 2003 to like 5 or whatever. I don't think they made Rheneas or Peter Sam or Duke. Tomy might have made Duncan. I know they made Rusty. I know they made Sir Handel, and I know they made Skarloey. Oh, Smudger. Smudger's another one they probably canned. Smudger would have been easy. It's just Rheneas, but green, and with Bertram's face. Yeah, Tomy never made Rheneas, Peter, Sam, or Duke. Tomy made Duncan. Yeah. I don't know what Duncan came with, because I know Sir Handel came with Skarloey came with the 2 blue coaches. Rusty came with the 2 red coaches. Sir Handel probably came with trucks, and I guess Duncan came with 2 trucks. Derek was never made. Yeah. Bertram actually got a whole new mold. Yeah, he did. I've always wondered why that is, because Duke and Bertram are like the exact same class, but their molds are very different. Like, it's still the same part of the engine that comes out when you eject it for the battery, but it looks quite different. Let me show you. Okay, so people probably don't even know that I have Bertram, because he's appeared in maybe 1 shot of my entire channel in the collection video. So Bertram has like Bertram has like a square cab, whereas Duke's is more round. He has these things like underneath his buffer beam. It's not a recolor of Duke. His tender is also His tender is also like bigger for some reason. I've always wondered why that is. Why Bertram's tender is like taller and longer than Duke's. I'm probably going to do a review on these guys now. I'm probably going to do a review because I'm intrigued by this now. I'm intrigued by Duke and Bertram's extreme differences. Like, even the funnel. Like, look at the funnel. Bertram's is like thick, and Duke's is like really thin. That's interesting to me. I'm happy about it. I'm happy they didn't just recolor Duke and actually made a new mold for Bertram, even though Bertram is like absurdly rare now. But Ari and Bert were released in 2008, actually. Yes, they were. No, I think the first time they were released was 2007, because I got Bert first, and his date says 2007. Oh, this is Splatter and Dodge. I swapped them. Spoiler alert. I think I've showed you guys this before. Prepare to be pranked. Splatter and Dodge use Ari and Bert's molds right now because their molds don't work. So let's see. Bert's says 2007. I don't know if you could see that. You probably can't see it, but that says 2007. And so does Aries. So they were first released in 2007. That's when they were manufactured. The engines are always made a year before they're released. Yeah, that's true. Which means I got every single date on my engine wrong. But oh well. Yeah, 2008. Yeah. 2008, they released a ton of engines. They released Ari and Bert. They released Proteus, Flora, Hank. Freaking, I don't know. A lot of characters. The only engines I need are Harvey. Oh, I forgot about Stafford. I keep I forget about so many characters, but I keep forgetting that I need Stafford. Stafford shouldn't be too bad to find. I think the worst to find is going to be Porter. Porter is so rare, and I do not understand why. Although Den was rare. Den was really hard to find apparently, but I got him for Christmas, and for years I was looking for Den, and he was always so expensive. Dart wasn't, but Den was. I own Porter, got him for $2 at a train show. I need to go to like freaking train shows because I could probably dig up a freaking Murdoch there or something. Because Murdoch is pretty rare. I could probably dig up a bunch of old stuff and just take it for like, I could probably take a whole pile of stuff that would be hundreds of dollars on eBay for maybe $10. I have 3 Murdochs, 2 Proteuses, and 2 Billies. I have 1 Murdoch, 1 Proteus, and no Billies. Billy's another character I need to get. I never knew he was rare till a year or 2 ago. Yeah, Porter is ridiculously rare, which sucks because I really want him. So that's definitely a shame. But oh well. So, okay. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. Okay. So I want to ask you guys something. So for the rest of the year, I would like to wrap season 1 this year. So that's 3 episodes, plus the 2 videos that go alongside them, or the three videos that go alongside them. There's the preview, the episode itself, behind the scenes, bloopers. That's 4 videos for every episode. And then episodes 9 and 10 are also going to have a trailer instead of a preview. Because I don't want to spoil anything in the previews. So for episode 8, it's going to be a preview episode, behind the scenes bloopers. And then 9 and 10, it's trailer episode, behind the scenes bloopers. So besides those 12 videos, I have planned the Halloween special, A Time of Joy, which is the first short of Sodor Then and Now. I have a Thomas review, and did I do my an Oliver review? Those are my 2 reviews. I'm probably gonna write a Duke and Bertram review, and a train spotting video, and then the Q&A. That's all I have planned for the rest of the year so far. So what I want to ask you guys is, what type of videos would you want me to make? And they cannot be remakes, because if I want to do remakes, I want to do remakes that have like show accurate sets. And my sets are not accurate to the show. So I want you guys to type in the comments what type of videos you would like to see for the rest of the year. Like small 5 to 10 minute videos that I could whip together in a week in between these episodes. More reviews. Okay. Yeah, that's easy. They're easy. I can write them down in 10 minutes, film them in 20 minutes, edit them in 20 minutes, and upload them in 10 minutes. So More live streams if you can. That's gonna be a lot less frequent, even though this is only my second one. There's not gonna be many live streams because school, obviously, and online learning kicked my butt last year, so it's probably gonna kick my butt again this year. Behind the scenes videos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is there's gonna be behind the scenes video for every episode. And the episode 7 behind the scenes video is going to be Wednesday's video. I just got to throw it I could probably do it tonight after the stream ends. I could just throw it together real quick. BTS and bloopers, those are really fun to watch. Yeah, I love making behind the scenes bloopers because I've always been interested in knowing how people put things together. I love watching like even professional movies behind the scenes. I love watching like Star Wars behind the scenes. I love seeing how they put everything together. I love seeing the props and the sets and like the music, all of it just put together, and it's really unique. It's really cool to watch. A lot of people are saying reviews, which is cool. Trains, I don't have trains, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, because I think too many people do trains. I think it's a little too easy. Like making models obviously isn't easy on trains, and filming with them on trains, I'm sure isn't that easy, but I do prefer like the more live action stuff rather than everything being done on a computer, because I think it's more, I get more emotionally attached with the model stuff because I know that there's so much more to it than just getting a webcam recorder and recording a computer. You have to actually like plan out your set, get the space needed, get all the engines you need, which cost money, build and all the assets, props, set dressing, all of that. Build the set, film on the set, take down the set, and repeat the process 20 or 30 times for every episode. Or in Sidekick Jason's case, for the entire season and his entire remake saga. So that's why I appreciate more model stuff rather than trains. Do you like my model sets? I haven't seen them. Making layouts are fun. I would love to make another layout. Problem is I have no room to. So unless I were to move all these buckets out of the way, because I would love to make like a Christmas layout. Like once I wrap episode 10, I could like take down everything, make some space, and build like a big layout. I would love to do that. Problem is I don't have much space to work with. So that would definitely be tough, but I would love to do that. I just don't have the space anymore. With this big table, all these shelves, and the sky backdrop in the back, it's just too much space. It's just too much space occupied. I definitely prefer live action models with added CGI effects. That's cool. I'm kind of annoyed because I bought a new in-box Action Canyon and the order got canceled. When will episode 8 come out? No idea, because I have not finished the script. It shouldn't be too hard to finish because I have an idea of where I want to take the episode. But the problem, I don't know. Problem is motivation in school is going to take up a lot of my time. And I want to be able to focus on school because I'm taking some pretty major classes. So I'm eating cookies. I wish I was too, but I just ate popcorn because I was watching a movie with my fam. I prefer live action as well. Trains isn't bad, but it's pretty overused. That's exactly how I feel. It's like it's not bad. The content used isn't bad. I like, Victor Tanzig, Thomas One Edward 203, all those people. But it's too many people using trains. I wish more people would use the models, like the toys. I know that's asking too much because I'm not going to tell someone or ask someone to buy an entire collection of a specific merchandise range and film with them. I'm not going to tell you to do that because that's stupid. But if there are people out there that want to make videos with the models, please, I want to see them. I want to see people do more with that. Wild Nor'Wester is cool. Definitely a favorite of mine. Oh, yeah. I forgot about him. I'm sure there's a lot of other trains users that I'm forgetting about right now, and they're all good users. They all make good stories. And that at the end of the day, that's what's most important is the story. But to me, as like someone who films the stories, if what you're looking at isn't good, then what's the point? Because yes, the story is the most important part, but if there's nothing to look at, what's stopping you from just making it into a book or just making it into an audio play? If what you're watching isn't pleasant to look at, then you're not going to be invested in the story. That's how I feel. If like, which is why I have nothing against like carpet users or all that, but I can't get invested in the story as much if I see a big hand moving the train around like a carpet rather than as although I like my fishing string, I haven't perfected the technique yet. It looks a lot more natural than rather than me just moving a hand. And I don't know. I'm kind of, yeah. I'm kind of just ranting at this point. But. Trains is cool, but Trains videos get a lot of views, and there's people using models who don't get that much appreciation. To be honest, more diepet and diecast usage would be cool. Honestly, just more like people that use models in general, because even Tomy Trackmaster, there aren't that many people that use them. So many people use trains nowadays, and so many people are using like scratch built models or modified Bachmann models or Hornby models. And there's nothing wrong with them. I admire those people that use Bachmann in their videos because the models look so good and they look so realistic. And the thing is, I would, but they're so expensive, and I am broke. I have no money right now, which is why I haven't bought anything this year. Besides the Donald and Douglas stickers, that's all I've bought all year is those Donald and Douglas stickers. It's most of the time it's HO, OO, TWR trains. That's how I feel. Those are like the three most used ranges. I would love to see more take and play users. I would love to see more Tomy Trackmaster users, or Diapet, or Ertl, or shoot, there's others. There's others, but I forget them. Can you watch one of my model videos? Yeah, I'll try and watch them after the stream. Did you know that AMC theaters are planning to show Thomas and the Magic Railroad in October? I heard about that. I don't plan on going because I'm probably going to be too busy, and I don't like the movie much to begin with. I like it for nostalgic reasons and nostalgic reasons only. So that's that. We are approaching the 2-hour mark of the stream, about an hour and 40 minutes. Departing Now is also really underrated. I've heard of that, but I forget what it is, which means it's definitely underrated. Departing Now is really expensive. That's true. A lot of old merch is just expensive in general. Like old TWR is expensive. Take Along, Ertls especially are expensive. Old style Trackmaster, even just like some of like the 2009 to 13 stuff is extremely expensive and hard to get because they weren't sold for that long. Like finding a Hit Toys Thomas isn't going to be that hard because there's literally no difference between the Tomy Thomas and the Hit Toys Thomas, and that version of Thomas was literally sold for over 10 years. But they're changing the merchandise so much now that like old style Thomas Wood without the paint is going to be so rare in like 5 years. 5 years from now, people are going to be, or like 10 years. 10 years from now, people are going to be after those things because they're so ridiculously rare. And those are the things that are going to sell for even higher prices than what like Totally Thomastown, for example, is selling their products for now. Because they were sold for literally less than a year. Thoughts on getting stick bugged, LOL. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I have a tiny Trackmaster series. I will definitely watch that. Trackmaster is underrated. I wish I knew more people who use them. I wish more people would use them in general. I wish more people would make like more overarching stories with the Tomy engines, because I think I'm like the first person to do like a big, massive story, with the Trackmaster engines. Like people will do short stories, obviously, but no one's doing like a big overarching story. So, how much of a Railway Series nerd are you, or fan in general? I have never read a single Railway Series book besides Thomas and the Evil Diesel. That is like the only one I've ever read. And that's like one of my goals is to get like the Railway Series Complete Collection book and display it, and then I'll obviously read it, because I haven't read all of the Railway Series books in their entirety, especially like the ones that were changed significantly for the TV series, like the Stepney episodes and stories, just for example, and then others, obviously. Like Audrey most likely wrote in more narration and explanations than what is actually seen in the episodes, I'm sure. So I do want to get the complete collection and see what, I mean, I like the books. So I have PDFs. I'm sending them to you after the stream. That would be cool. That would be nice. Speaking of the stream, I'm probably going to end it in about 20 minutes because I'm getting tired, I'm thirsty, and I don't feel like going upstairs to get more water, because I would be abandoning you guys. And then it's getting late. So I know I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, though. That's pretty long for me. Eat Entertainment. Well, watch my new episode 6 times for whatever reason. Just go and get some water. Well, that, and it's also getting late, and I have to get up early to do like housework tomorrow, so I don't want to be up too late. So, how many people are even here? 4, yeah. I had a feeling there weren't as many. Sleep. Who needs it? I do. I need sleep. I need sleep. I don't sleep enough. I've been up since 8. Yeah, me too. I've been up since 7, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't try and sleep. On my feet all day. Yeah, me too. Sort of. Where do you find the fish wire? Because I need some for my series. Fishing line is extremely easy to find. Literally, like, this is the only line of fishing. I forget where it's from. It's like 1,400 yards. It is literally, and it's cheap. It's like $5. So you could literally find like 1,400 yards of it for like $10. I don't know where exactly I got it, but it should not be hard at all to find. Like this is legitimately going to last me another 3 or 4 years. Like, look at how much fishing line this is. This is probably like not even half. Like I probably used maybe like 20% of all the fishing line here. Were there any characters you had as a kid not knowing who they were because you didn't see their episodes? No, actually, because all the characters I owned, I did see their episodes. The only one whose episode I didn't like own was Flora, but I eventually saw the episode like live on TV one day. Like I knew who like all the classic characters were, like Engines 1 through 11, all those Diesels and all them. But like even hit era characters, like I knew who Harvey, Arthur, Spencer, and Murdoch, Molly, and the only ones I didn't know about were Billy and Dennis because I never saw their episodes and I never owned their toys. So there weren't really any characters that I weren't aware of. If I owned like D199 or something, then yeah, I would probably if Hit Era if Hit Toys made like D199, then I would probably be a little confused about that. But fishing wire can be bought at Amazon, mall stores, Dollar Tree. Yeah, they can be bought pretty much anywhere. Did you know Trackmaster Gator is rare now? Is it like the Trackmaster 2 or Playrail? Because I really hope it's not Playrail. Because I want to get Playrail Gator. I assume you mean like Trackmaster 2 Gator, because it was only released for like a year in 2014, which was the year Tale of the Brave came out. Honestly, what happened to Gator? Did he like go back to his home country? Hit Toys was going to make Class 40, I think. Well, someone said earlier that almost pretty much every character ever in the show was planned, which means Class 40 was planned. Where do you get the blue plastic wrap? Craft store. I'm scared to say the name because I'm not sure if it's like I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google if it's like a local place or if it's like a country thing. Let's see here. Okay. 49 states and Canada. It's Michaels. All right. I was just scared for some reason that it was like a local thing for whatever reason. For whatever reason I was thinking it was like a local thing in my state. But anyway, because I'm scared. I don't want to say what state I'm from. Gator was a visiting engine. But yeah, I got blue plastic wrap from, what was it, Michaels. Gator was a visiting engine. I just remember him saying in like the one winter episode where he came back where he was like, I'm here to stay. And then he was just never seen again. I don't know if that was actually a line in the episode and I actually just like thought of that on my own or something. But Hit Toys made a Pip and Emma, and I can't even talk anymore. Hit Toys made a Pip and Emma. That wouldn't surprise me, although I would think they would make Bear before Pip and Emma. Class 40 would have been easy because it's just like Diesel 10, but like slightly longer, and like the cab windows are more like less slanted, I guess. It would be a similar design to Diesel 10, just without the claw and a few minor differences. Because there aren't many big differences between 40 and 42 classes. Oh, I know some Michaels nearby me. Yeah. Hit Toys did not make Pip and Emma. Yeah, that I don't think that's true. I don't think they made any Railway Series characters. The only like Take Along and Wooden Railway made D199 and Earl made Wilbert, but Hit Toys, Tomy, Playrail, they never made any Railway Series exclusive characters. The Gator and Marion 2-pack got replaced with another new Playrail engine release, which is a BWEA character. Yeah, honestly, I think I could, if I hurry and get it within the next year, I could probably get Gator for a reasonable price. The only engine I'm worried about price-wise, besides like Porter right now, is old style Edward, because he is ridiculously expensive. He's like $40, and I really don't feel like spending $40 on a character that was available 3 years ago. or like 2 years ago, more like. I really don't feel like that doing that. So if I find it for cheap, I'll do it. Tong is my favorite character. Interesting choice. I'm gonna wrap this up at 11:30. That'll be an hour. That's not bad. Find which character for cheap? Play Rel, old style Edward. Because I wanna upgrade from this Edward because he's way too slow. He's old. It's not like the model's fault. He's old, just like Edward in real life. He's extremely old. His if I could replace his motor, maybe he'd be okay. Maybe I could preserve him for a bit longer. But I do wanna upgrade to Play Rel for Thomas, Percy, and Edward. And I'm thinking about getting the CGI Percy because he looks really good. And then I was just like, I have CGI versions of 4, 5, 6, and then I have classic versions of 1, 2, 3. Old style Edward is worth $100 yet. Yeah, he is so expensive. It's stupid. It's honestly stupid. Not even Henry is that expensive. Like the old style Henry isn't even that expensive. He swings from $20 to $200. If I find a old style player out of $20, like new in box, I might actually scream. There's no way I'm about to pass up on that. In about 36 minutes, calling all engines will turn. What? Good God. Oh my God. That makes me feel old. That's honestly disgusting. Calling all engines is 15 years old. Wow. Old style Play Rel James is worth over $400. That is ridiculous. I've seen Tommy Oliver's go for cheaper. I remember watching it when I was like 3. I was young when that came out. I'm nostalgic for that movie, but looking back, it's not obviously not a good movie, but I am really nostalgic for it. Diesel 10 scared the crap out of me. Well, he didn't scare the crap out of me, actually. Actually, no, it was my friend that was scared of Diesel 10. I was never scared of Diesel 10. I was just like, he looks cool. I was more under the mindset of he looks cool rather than, oh my God, that is the scariest creature I've ever seen. Because honestly, like, he didn't scare me. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm like the only person that's like that, where Diesel 10 did not scare me. But 600 pounds for a Play Rel James. Good God. That's even more ridiculous. I mean, have you guys seen like the infamous like Tommy Oliver on Amazon for like $1,000? That's so ridiculous. $1,000 for Tommy Oliver, who's not even that rare. That's honestly ridiculous. 600 UK pounds is 797 US dollars, so basically $800. You will never see me pay $800 for anything. Anything. Unless it's like a freaking massive something. I don't know. Unless it's like a massive lot of like 300 engines. You will never, ever see me pay $800 for anything. Why does Amazon have such unreasonable prices? I don't know. I really don't know. I've never used Amazon. I've only used Amazon to order like Diesel 10 and Gordon. I think they are the only ones I've ordered from Amazon. Tommy Oliver's price on Amazon is $1,600. Oh my God. Why does it keep going up? No one's going to buy that. Literally, no one's going to buy that. I uploaded a new video today. I'll be sure to check it out. I got lucky. I bought my Oliver for $60. I got mine for like 40, and he came with his 2 coaches too. So that was a really good deal. He was used, and he's not in the best of shape. His face is a little beat up, but he looks fine. Like in this condition for $40, yeah, I'll take it. His motor wasn't great, so I just swapped his wheels with Renee's, which is why he was having such trouble during the episode running. I got my first Oliver for $38. That's not a bad deal either. That's a really good deal. All right. I think I am going to call it because I'm getting really tired. So thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for new stuff. I've got a lot on the way, and comment in the comments of this stream if there's any other videos you want me to do this year. A lot of you said reviews, so I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to write a Duke and Bertrand review now. And with that in mind, thank you all for watching. I'm going to cover up this camera so I can, I'm going to cover up this camera so I can end the stream. I'll see you guys later.